As for right now, I'm just gonna be whispering to my phone. But yeah, this is clear that I have too much time at work because I made this long ass list. Okay. So let's just get started. This might be kind of long. We're doing them in ABC order. So the first state is Alabama. Alabama. It is known as the Cotton State. That's my cat meowing. Shush. Oh my god. Alabama is known as the Cotton State. The capital is Montgomery. This is where Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus, which was huge in the civil rights movement. Alabama was the first state to declare Christmas a holiday in 1836. Now that I will get behind. Playing dominoes is illegal on Sundays. That confuses me. And Alabama has the longest constitution out of all 50 states. I can see that. Second state is Alaska. I know it looks like I'm talking in this microphone, but I'm not. Alaska is known as the last frontier. The capital is Juneau. It is home to 17 of North America's tallest mountains. Alaska's flag was designed by a 13-year-old in 1926. They're not a 13-year-old anymore. But that'd be pretty cool. The state sport is dog mushing. Dog mushing. I don't know how to say it, but it sounds fun. Alaska's population is 1 person per square mile. That is so little. Okay, next state is Arizona. It is known as the Grand Canyon State. And the capital is Phoenix. I've been to Phoenix. I love it there. I love Arizona. I think it's so beautiful. It's famous for its large copper producing power. The Sonoran Desert, I feel so stupid right now. I'm a dumbass. Is the only place where the saguaro cactus grows on Earth. So that's the only place you can find that cactus. The Grand Canyon is one of the 7 wonders of the world. I have been there too. And it's really cool. You should go. Arkansas is next. It's Arkansas. The S is silent bitch. Okay. It is known as the natural state. The capital is Little Rock. The very first Walmart was opened in Arkansas, and you can actually visit the Walmart Museum here. I don't know what you would see in the Walmart Museum, but it'd be interesting. I used to play Walmart bingo when I went to Walmart, so I wonder if you could do that in the museum. Arkansas, by the way, I didn't fact check these, so I don't know if all of them are true. I just remembered I needed to put that disclaimer because I'm sure some of them are not true. Because this one, I don't even know. This just blows my mind. It says that Arkansas is the only state where diamonds have been found. Can somebody let me know if that's true? Because if that is true, that's kind of crazy, kind of random. Milk is the official state drink, and that credits the importance of dairy farming. But during my research, milk is the official state drink for a lot of states, and I was like, ew. Next up is California. It is known as the Golden State, and the capital is Sacramento. It has the highest number of phone area codes in the states. It has 36. That doesn't even seem like a lot to me, but when I think about it, yeah, I guess that is a lot. The first McDonald's opened here in 1940 and sold hamburgers for 15 cents. They got a lot more expensive, and Eureka is the state's motto, and that's thanks to the California Gold Rush. Colorado is next. It is known as the Centennial State. The capital is Denver. I've been there too. It is gorge. It has the highest elevation out of any state. It is illegal to pick the state flower, which is the Colorado blue columbine. I'm ashamed. Denver was the first city to issue license plates on cars in 1908. The next state is Connecticut. It is known as the Nutmeg State and the Constitution State, so there's two. The capital is Hartford. Now, this is interesting. Connecticut was the first to have an automobile speed limit. Why would they do that to us? Why would they do that to us? Noah Webster, the author of the first dictionary, which is the one we all know and love, lived here. And the sperm whale is the state animal. Why? I couldn't tell you. Next up is Delaware. Delaware is known as the first state and the diamond state, which I thought was fucking weird because I thought Arkansas was the only place diamonds were found. Okay. I don't know. The capital is Dover. There are more corporate entities formed in Delaware than citizens. That's true. I don't think I've ever met someone from Delaware. If you're from Delaware, let me know. There is no sales tax in Delaware, making it a popular tourist destination. Somebody's dog is fucking barking. It's really annoying. How come every time I'm like trying to film a video, people are just making me angry? In my apartment, my roommates, or people living across the hall, whatever. Bicycling is the state sport in Delaware, which is interesting. Now we move on to the famous Florida, which of course is where I live currently in Orlando. It is known as the Sunshine State, and the capital is Tallahassee, which is where I went to college. Central Florida is the lightning capital of the USA, and that is very true. It lightnings here like every single day, so not every day, but a lot of days. Florida is the only place in the world where you can find alligators and crocodiles. That's pretty terrifying. It's pretty terrifying. 1,000 people move to Florida every single day, which makes sense because this place is overcrowded. Stop coming here. Stop moving here. There's no space for you. There's no space for you. Just stop coming. Just kidding. I'm not from Florida originally anyways, so that wouldn't be fair to say. Next up is Georgia. Georgia is known as the Peach State, and the capital is Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta. I love it. I love Georgia. We actually just got a cabin in Georgia, so we'll be going up to stay there a lot. I'm so excited. Georgia has the most counties out of any state, 159 counties. That's a lot. Coca-Cola, my true love, my Diet Coke, my true love, was formulated in 1886 in Columbus, Georgia, and the headquarters is currently in Atlanta. And I have been to the Coke Museum, and it's so cool. You get to sample Coca-Cola from around the world and stuff, and they take you on a tour. They don't tell you how it's made. I wanted to know. I really wanted to know, but I didn't get to find out. Georgia was the first state to change the voting age from voting age to 18 in 1945 because the voting age used to be 21. Alright, moving on to Hawaii. Hawaii is known as the Aloha State. The capital is Honolulu. I've actually never been to Hawaii. I really want to go. I think it'd be cool. The Hawaiian alphabet only has 12 letters, which makes sense because if you look at like names or places in Hawaii, there's like a ton of A's. snakes on the Hawaii Islands. That makes me very happy. Makes me want to go there more. Aloha actually means more than hello. It also means love, peace, or a general feeling. And all forms of gambling are illegal in Hawaii. Next up, we got Idaho. It is known as the Gem State, and the capital is Boise. There was a funny thing my mom taught me when I was learning all the capitals, and she said, you just gotta remember that Idaho, and I like Boise. So that's the way I remember it. Idaho drinks more wine per person than any other state. Those are my fucking people. Those are my fucking people. Idaho grows nearly 1/3 of America's potatoes. See, I'm telling you, I should move to Idaho because they got wine and they got potatoes, and that sounds like a fun time. Idaho has the only state seal in the U.S. that was designed by a woman. Next up is Illinois. Illinois is known as the Prairie State, and the capital is Springfield. Chicago was named the Windy City for its politics, not the actual wind. So I'm really confused what that means. How can politics be windy? I don't do politics, by the way. I stay out of it. The ice cream sundae originated in Evanston, Illinois. Wow. And Illinois is home to the world's only river that flows backwards. And I'm just wondering how the fuck that works. I guess, like, because I thought, I don't know. I feel like rivers go in different directions all the time. Okay, I'm not gonna ask questions. I'm just gonna go from what I read. Next up is Indiana. Indiana is known as the Hoosier State. I don't know. Capital is Indianapolis. And the Indianapolis Motor Speedway has the highest capacity of any sports arena globally. The state receives thousands of letters addressed to Santa every year. I don't know, did somebody say that Santa lived in Indiana? I think I missed out on something in my childhood. Fort Wayne is home to the first U.S. baseball game. Iowa is next. I honestly forget a lot of these states exist. Sorry. Known as the Hawkeye State and the Corn State, the capital is Des Moines. It looks French. I'm about to pronounce it French, and I don't think it's supposed to be Des Moines. I don't know. You guys can make fun of me because I'm fucking stupid. There are more hogs than people in the state. It also has the highest literacy rate in the country, which is kind of interesting. Home to the house in the American Gothic painting by Grant Wood. And have you seen that painting? It's the one with the creepy farmer with the pitchfork, and he's like, I'm gonna murder you. Yeah, that one. Next up is Kansas. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Known as the Sunflower State and the Jayhawker State, capital is Topeka. Has an average of 80 tornadoes per year. Sounds fun. Kansas grows the most wheat out of any state per year. And the first icy drink was made here in the 1960s. I love me a good icy. Okay, next up is Kentucky. Kentucky is known as the Bluegrass State, and the capital is Frankfort. It is home to the world's largest cave system, the Mammoth Cave. The Kentucky Derby is held in Louisville and is the longest running horse race. I would love to go to the Kentucky Derby one day. I think that'd be so fun. And every single post-it note originates in Cynthiana, Kentucky. I don't know how accurate that is. I feel like they probably make post-it notes in other warehouses and stuff now, but I could be wrong. Next up is Louisiana. It's known as the Pelican State and Creole State. The capital is Baton Rouge. It is the only state that doesn't have counties. It has parishes, which I actually did not coast, Louisiana. My mom lives in Pensacola, which is like a 2-hour drive, so I should have known that. French was once the dominant language here, but now only 3.5% of people speak it. Unfortunate. We should be teaching our kids the languages, shouldn't we? Mardi Gras is a world-famous event here, celebrated on the last day before Lent. Apparently, if you show your boobies enough, you get a lot of beads. I've always wanted to go. Next up is Maine, which is known as the Pine Tree State, and the capital is Augusta. Maine is most famous for its lobsters. I had lobster yesterday. Nearly 90% of the lobster supply of the nation, which is a pretty large number. Maine has the most forest cover out of every state, and Maine is the only state with a one-syllable name, which is kind of crazy. I did not realize that. Next up is Maryland. It's known as the Free State and the Old Line State. The capital is Annapolis. The Maryland Gazette is the oldest continuously publishing newspaper, founded in 1727. The first Ouija board was invented in Baltimore. I love a good Ouija session. The Baltimore Ravens are named after the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, which I did not know this either. Oh my god, my face is like itchy. I don't know why. I'm like breaking out all over the place, which is so fucking gross. Like, what is happening? My hair's nasty. I need a shower. So, just bear in mind. Massachusetts, known as the Bay State and Old Colony State. The capital is Boston, and I want to go to Massachusetts so bad. I don't know why. Boston is the largest city in New England. The first phone call in history was made here in 1876. And this is interesting. It is illegal to make clam chowder with tomatoes in Massachusetts. I don't think I've had clam chowder with tomatoes, but if I wanted to add them, why can I not add them? I don't know. Michigan is known as the Wolverine State and the Great Lakes State. Capital is Lansing. Home to over 65,000 inland lakes. That would be cool. Home to the iconic chewing gum wall, designed as a form of free expression, which I think is kind of fucking nasty. Just let me put my gum on your wall. I think that's what they're talking about. I could be totally wrong. You get 10 cents back in Michigan for recycling a can. I would be rich because of all my Diet Coke cans. Next up is Minnesota, known as the North Star State and Gopher State. The capital is St. Paul. The state name comes from a Sioux word meaning cloudy water or sky-tinted water. Minnesota is the only state where water flows out of it but not into it, which is kind of interesting. And this is another weird law. It is illegal to drive a red car down Lake Street in Minneapolis. I understand why, because red cars actually cause more car accidents. Okay, Mississippi, Mississippi, known as the Magnolia State. The capital is Jackson. There are more churches per capita in this state than any other, with 83% practicing Christianity. It has 3 state animals: the red fox, the white-tailed deer, and the bottlenose dolphin. And also, Park's root beer was invented in Biloxi in 1898, and I want to go to Biloxi so bad and go gamble all my money away. Next up is Missouri, known as the Show Me State, which is so weird. The Show Me State. Okay. Capital is Jefferson City. The tallest monument in the U.S. is actually in St. Louis, which is the Gateway Arch. Kansas City Grizzlies have never lived in Missouri, which is a little weird. Why would they put that on their flag? Okay, next up we got Montana. Now, Montana, I always forget it exists, but apparently it's known as the Treasure State and Big Sky Country. The capital is Helena. It's probably Helena. I don't fucking know. There are more cattle than human beings in Montana. The state motto is Oro y Plata, which means gold and silver because of the large deposits of them here. And it is the only state with a triple divide due to Hudson Bay, Atlantic Ocean, and Pacific Ocean. I think that means it like splits through the state. I don't know. Okay. Being weird once again. Next up is Nebraska. Nebraska is known as the Cornhusker State and the Beef State. The capital is Lincoln. Nebraska has the world's largest hand-planted forest. The Reuben sandwich was created in Omaha for the first time around the 1920s to 1930s. I don't like Reuben sandwiches. I think they taste like shit, but that could just be me. Nebraska has its own version of Stonehenge called a Carhenge, and I really gotta look up pictures of this. Next up is Nevada. Nevada is known as the Silver State and the Sagebrush State. The capital is Carson City. The state was named after the mountain range Sierra Nevada. And Nevada is the largest gold-producing state in the USA. So maybe I can go find some jewelry there. It is the driest state in the nation, getting only around 7 inches of rain each year. That is like nothing. I think Florida has you like murdered. Florida is raining all the time, which is why I don't know why it's called the Sunshine State. Okay, New Hampshire, known as the Granite State. The capital is Concord. New Hampshire was the first state to have its own constitution. The first free public library was established in Peterborough in 1833. And seatbelts and motorcycle helmets are not required in this state. So they don't really care if you die. I don't know. Next up is New Jersey. I want to go to New Jersey. It is known as the Garden State. Capital is Trenton. It has the highest density population of any state in the U.S., which is really weird because I feel like it would be like New York or something. Atlantic City holds the world's longest boardwalk. That sounds like my dream. Cheerleading began in Princeton in 1869. New Mexico is next. New Mexico. It is known as the Land of Enchantment, and the capital is Santa Fe. It is illegal to dance while wearing a sombrero here. Why? Why can people not dance without their sombreros? With their sombreros on. This is the hot air ballooning capital of the world. Albuquerque sees around 700 in the sky for 2 weeks every year. That sounds amazing. I want to go hot air balloon so bad. A third of the residents in New Mexico actually speak Spanish. Yo hablo español. Poquito. Next up is New York. It is known as the Empire State, if you didn't know that. The capital is Albany. New Yorkers speak over 800 languages, which is the most linguistically diverse in the country, which makes sense. There's a lot of people that move there. Times Square got its name from the New York Times. And the New York City subway system is the largest in the world. Typical. Alright, we're at North Carolina, which is known as the Tar Heel State and the Old North State. The capital is Raleigh. The Biltmore Estate is the biggest house in the country. I have been to the Biltmore Estate. If you haven't been, you should totally go. It's so cool. There's so many rooms in this house, and there's a fucking bowling alley and a pool in there. I mean, it's crazy. It's still been a long time, but it's really cool. You should go. North Carolina is home to the first ever Krispy Kreme donuts. It's also home to the tallest lighthouse in the U.S., Cape Hatteras, at 210 feet. Now we got North Dakota, the other north, known as the Flickertail State, and the Sioux State. That word again, Sioux. That's twice now. They tried to fuck me over. Capital is Bismarck. North Dakota has 63 wildlife refuges, more than any state in the U.S. That's nice. They applied to have Dakota North removed from the name so that it was just Dakota more than once. At 3.2%, North Dakota has the lowest unemployment rate in the U.S., which is kind of interesting to see. I'm losing my spot too often. Okay. Ohio is known as the Buckeye State. The capital is Columbus. Ohio has produced 8 presidents, making it known as the Mother of Presidents. But I actually read that there was another Mother of Presidents, which was like Virginia, which we'll get to, but there can only be one Mother of Presidents, okay? We need to decide as a country what it's gonna be. Ohio's flag is the only non-rectangular state flag. Thomas Edison, the legendary inventor, was born in Milan, Ohio. Okay, next up is Oklahoma, which is known as the Sooner State. The capital is Oklahoma City. My great-grandma still lives in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is the only state in the U.S. that produces iodine, apparently. Even though most people declare it a fruit, Oklahoma has declared watermelon a vegetable. And it is their state veggie. Now, I don't know why they think watermelon is a vegetable, because it's very clearly a melon, which is a fruit. Oklahomians fill me in on the tea because I don't fucking get it. Oklahoma also has the highest incarceration rate in the world, apparently. Lovely. Has anyone been watching Dahmer, by the way? Sorry, that was random. Okay, next up is Oregon, or Oregon. Oregon. I say Oregon, like an organ. Oregon. It is known as the Beaver State. The capital is Salem. I don't think it's the one where the witches were. The American beaver is actually the state animal, and that's why it's nicknamed that. Portland is home to the oldest rose garden in the USA, which features over 10,000 roses. It's also home to Crater Lake, which is the deepest lake in America, according to this. Alright, next up is Pennsylvania. For some reason, I really want to fucking go to Pennsylvania, which is so random. Known as the Keystone State, the capital is Harrisburg. Of the 13 colonies, Pennsylvania is the only one that does not border the Atlantic Ocean. Philadelphia is home to the hall where the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were first drafted, which you should know, and I should know from history class, but it runs away from my head sometimes, so that's a refresher. The Liberty Bell is located in Pennsylvania and was rung for the very first public reading of the Declaration. Next up is Rhode Island, known as the Ocean State, and the capital is Providence. Rhode Island is the smallest state in size in the U.S., which is kind of clear to see. Portsmouth was Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, people. Thank you. I like that. Now we've got the South State. South Carolina is known as the Palmetto State, and the capital is Columbia. I've been here. I love South Carolina, actually. So comfy in this chair. It's the only state in the USA that grows tea, which surprised me. There is an island called Monkey Island in South Carolina that homes over 3,000 monkeys. That sounds fun. I love me a good monkey. The first shot that started the Civil War was shot in Sumter in 1861. I probably should have also known that from history class, but I needed to refresh a little bit. South Dakota, known as the Mount Rushmore State, of course. The capital is Pierre. South Dakota is where the largest T-Rex skeleton was found. That sounds cool. The world's only corn palace can be visited here, which is made from 3,500 bushels of corn. So fucking random. South Dakota produces more sunflowers than any other state, which would be a little interesting to me. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting through this. It's getting to be a lot. Okay, Tennessee. You are the only Tennessee. Known as the Volunteer State, the capital is Nashville. Nashville is so fun if you haven't been. The world's tallest treehouse is in Crossville, Tennessee. Tennessee is almost the exact size as Cuba. Memphis is home to Graceland, the former mansion of Elvis Presley. Please go watch the Elvis movie if you haven't. It was so good. Alright, we on to Texas, the biggest and the best. Texas is known as the Lone Star State. The capital is Austin. The Texas State Fair is the largest in the U.S. with 3.5 million attendees in 2015. The highest national speed limit is in Texas, which is 85 miles per hour, which is kind of weird because 85 is actually not that fast. I heard that there's no speed limits in Montana, so I'm surprised I didn't see that on the facts list. Texas is larger than any country in Western Europe and double the size of Germany. Utah is known as the Beehive State. The capital is Salt Lake City. Utah gets its name from the Native American tribe Ute. I think I'm saying that right. Ute. More than 60% of Utah residents are Mormon, which I didn't know. A lot of Mormons live in Utah. Home to the largest independent film festival in the country, Sundance. Do you guys hear that plane? Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm busy here. Oh, God. I've heard of Sundance, but I've never been, so. Next up is Vermont, which is known as the Green Mountain State, and the capital is Montpelier, I don't know. Vermont is the merge of two French words, ver meaning green and mont meaning mountain. Vermont is the largest producer of maple syrup in the country. There are no skyscrapers in Vermont. The tallest building is 124 feet tall, which is not that tall in the grand scheme of things. Okay, we're on the last 5 states. That seems like kind of fast. I don't know. Virginia is known as the Old Dominion. The capital is Richmond. It is named after Queen Elizabeth I because she was known as the Virgin Queen. Me. The Virgin Queen. Virginia is where the American Revolution officially ended in Yorktown. And also, Virginia claims to have had the first Thanksgiving in 1619. that could be a whole nother video. So next up, Washington. If you didn't know, I am from Seattle, Washington, representing in Florida. But yeah, I'm from Washington, which is known as the Evergreen State, and the capital is Olympia. The state produces more than 50% of the country's apples. Interesting. 10 volcanoes reside in Washington, and that is a lot, and 5 of them are active still. And there has been a couple, actually I don't know if it's a couple, but at least one eruption, which probably is really scary. And also in Washington, the first Starbucks opened in Seattle in 1971, and I've been there many times, and there's always a fucking line out the door. So is it worth it? Yeah, go take a picture or something. Next up is West Virginia. West Virginia, which is known as the Mountain State. Capital is Charleston. The first brick road in the world was laid in Charleston. West Virginia has the oldest population out of any state, with the mean being 42. So there's a bunch of old people there. I should go live in West Virginia. A weird law: you can be fined $1 for every time you curse in public. I would be so broke. Come on, freedom of speech. That's stupid. Okay. Wisconsin, Wisconsin. Known as the Badger State, the capital is Madison, Wisconsin. Margarine was illegal in Wisconsin until 2011. Listen, I don't support margarine, but why was it illegal? It's the #1 producer of cheese in the USA. Everyone should know that. They are known for their cheese. They don't fuck around with their cheese. The first Harley Davidson motorcycle was built in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we are on the very last state, my friends. That has been a fun journey for sure. We are now in Wyoming. Jeffree Star, is that you? Wyoming is known as the Equality State. The capital is Cheyenne. Wyoming, shut up, dog. It's not even my dog. Wyoming boasts the largest active dune system in the USA. The first JCPenney store was opened here in 1902, and the state animal is a bison, and they actually are claimed to hurt more people in Yellowstone National Park than any other animal. Alright, so that was all 50 states. I think I could have accidentally forgotten one or missed one. If I did, that's pretty embarrassing, but I think I did okay. So, that was a long video and a lot of talking, but like I said, I'm back on the tube. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me video ideas down